All right. Monday Night Raw starts off with Seth Rollins and his faction. They end up cutting a promo. They basically do a thing where each person in the faction cut a promo about what they're gonna do on tonight's show. Tonight's mission on the show was basically each one of them is gonna take care of their opponent, take care of the people that's been getting in their way for the past few weeks. You have Seth Rollins trying to take care of Penta. You have Bronson Reed trying to take care of Jey Uso, and then you have what else happened on tonight's show if I'm not mistaken. Bronson Reed taking care of Sami Zayn. So they all end up having matches between those one-on-one matches between those three to take care of them, to get rid of them, so they could stop interfering into those plans. That's all this promo was. Nothing more to really discuss here. It was kind of similar to what they did last week, where they ended up cutting a promo that this promo did. It didn't feel too long, but it was a bit stretched out. It just kind of felt like, I wouldn't say unnecessary, but this promo, we really didn't need this promo, but it wasn't a bad way to start the show, but it was just whatever. This ends up transitioning to Roxan Perez versus Kyrie Sain. This is due to, Raquel been wanting to take care of Kyrie Sain for a while. Roxanne said that she was going to take care of the problem. She does not take care of the problem. You end up getting Kyrie Sane picking up the victory. After the match, they end up trying to attack Kyrie Sane, but you end up getting Asuka making the save. Now, at first, I was very confused on why Kyrie Sane won this match, because it made no sense. But the main reason why she won this match is really because the Kabuki Warriors are going to be in the Evolution tag match against Roxanne Perez, the 8-woman tag match. They're going to be in that match at Evolution, so that's why they won this. That's why Asuka and Kyrie Sane was able to get the beat down, and that's why Kyrie was able to win the match, because you want them to look strong. That's the only reason why they won this match, because I was like, this didn't make no sense why Roxanne will lose this match, especially if you want to play the story of Liv Morgan eventually returning. I'm like, you kind of want Roxanne to be built up, but I understand why they did it, but that's what they went with. You could have still had the same story if Roxanne won. You could have had her, but I understand why they went this route, but it makes sense. Afterwards, though, we end up getting Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn. Before the match starts, you end up getting Karrion Kross ends up attacking Sami Zayn during his entrance, so they're still continuing that story of Karrion and Sami. So you end up getting Karrion attacks the ribs. He continues to attack the ribs of Sami Zayn that was already injured. Then you end up getting the match. Braun Breaker destroys Sami Zayn, which I did like, because I was like, please do not do it to where it's a competitive, match where Sami is overcoming the. I'm like, do not do that story. Do that. That's so unnecessary. Just have Braun Breaker destroy Sami Zayn. That's what they did here. He completely destroys Sami Zayn, which is good. And they said that Sami Zayn is out indefinitely. Don't know how long he's going to be out for, but very interested to see where they go from here. Is he going to eventually go back after Seth Rollins' faction, or is he just going to go strictly after Karrion Kross? Because he's been doing this thing where he's like in like two storylines. So I'm very interested to see when Sami Zayn eventually does come back, which storyline he's going to focus on first, and then maybe he'll circle back to Seth Rollins. So we'll see how that plays out. We end up getting the best thing on the show, Becky Lynch. She was cutting a promo. She was very upset that, it's a triple threat match at Evolution. She ends up saying that it makes no sense for it to be a triple threat. She doesn't understand it, and that she should have been able to pick her opponent like Io and like Tiffany did, because she already beat Bayley and Lyra. I'm going to be honest. When she was saying that, it actually made sense to me that when she was saying it, because she isn't wrong. She already beat both women. And then, I mean, if Io and Tiffany could pick their opponent, why can't she? It does kind of make sense. You end up getting Bayley and Lyra. They end up coming out. Lyra was mentioning that she wants her, Intercontinental Championship back. Bayley ends up interrupting Lyra, because Lyra interrupted her, because Bayley came out first with her theme music. But as she was walking down to the ring, before she could respond, you end up getting Lyra coming down and interrupting Bayley. Bayley ends up mentioning, what happened 2 weeks ago when she interfered in her match, costing her the Intercontinental Championship. And then she ends up telling Lyra that she needs to get over the fact that she didn't speak to her after Mania, and that she doesn't need any more friends, and she does not need a partner. Then you end up getting Becky Lynch. She starts instigating a bit between the two, and she ends up mentioning, the attack, and how Lyra was so quick to replace her, and that she had no problem replacing Bayley after she attacked her. Lyra ended up saying that that's not the truth. They ends up saying that she didn't replace her that easily, that it was Becky that was the one that called her, not the other way around. Then you end up getting Becky Lynch ends up causing a rift between the two, ends up getting in both women's heads. She ends up mentioning how Lyra ended up saying that Bayley isn't like her, and that Bayley's a true friend, that she wouldn't let championship gold get between them, and how now look at the tables have turned, and how they're letting the championship ruin their friendship. Then Lyra responds back, ends up saying that Bayley is just like Becky Lynch, that she would do anything for championship gold, that she doesn't value friendship, and that she has to save the Intercontinental Championship between two failures. Then you end up getting Bayley. She responds back. She ends up calling Lyra Valkyria a bitch for raising Becky Lynch's hand at Money in the Bank, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was Money in the Bank when she raised her hand. She ends up calling her a bitch for that. Then you end up getting Lyra, Becky, and Bayley. They all end up attacking each other, brawling. That led to Lyra Valkyria standing tall. This was great. This was really good. Really enjoy what they did here. This whole Becky Lynch, Bayley, and Lyra feud has been the best thing on Raw for ever since they started this feud. This has easily been the best thing on Raw. This has been carrying Raw. It's been one of the main things that's really been the most entertaining things on Raw. Really love what they've been doing here. This was really good. Really enjoyed what they did here. Afterwards, we ended up getting Jey Uso and Bronson Reed. This match ended up being a disqualification due to Bronson Reed throwing a chair at Jey Uso, and then Bronson Reed just hits a tsunami on Jey Uso, and that's it. The whole goal, which I did like. I like that they protected Bronson, because you didn't want Jey Uso to just beat Bronson, because that makes Bronson look weak. But you didn't want Jey Uso to lose either, due to him being one of your most over baby faces. So you do this in a way to protect him, protect them both. Makes sense. Now, I did feel like Bronson Reed should have did more than one tsunami, because Braun Breaker hit 3 spirits on Sami's hand. I feel like you should have did more than one tsunami on Jey Uso. In my opinion, you could have done 2 or 3. But I like what they did here. Protect both wrestlers, and you get the end goal of Bronson Reed taking care of Jey Uso. You end up getting Gunther. He cuts a promo. He ends up getting interrupted by Goldberg. He was basically ends up saying that Goldberg was scared of him. Goldberg ends up pulling up to the arena. He ends up, coming through Gorilla, makes his entrance, and then he ends up confronting Gunther. Gunther was about to say something on the microphone, but he smacks it out of his hand. Gunther tries to attack, but Goldberg was ready. Ends up punching Gunther. He was about to go for a spear, but Gunther ends up escaping, and that's it. Nothing too much. Yeah, I will say this: they have done a decent job building this match. Do I really care for it? Not too much, but I will say they have done a decent job of building this match where I don't completely not care about it, but they have done a solid job building this match. We'll see what happens at Saturday night's main event, but they have done a decent job building this match between Gunther and Goldberg. Then we get the main event, Penta versus Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins ends up picking up the victory due to him low blowing Penta, and then he hits a curb stomp. He tries to get Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker to attack after the match, but you end up getting LA Knight ended up attacking Seth Rollins, hit him with a BFT. Then he ends up escaping the ring, ends up going towards jumps over the barricade to escape Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker to build his match towards Saturday night's main event. That's the end of the show. I like what they did here. I like the ending of the show. I was wondering where LA Knight was going to be at, because I understand why they were attacking Jay, Sami, and Penta, but I was like, where's LA Knight in this mix? How is he going to be involved, especially because he has a match at Saturday night's main event against Seth Rollins. Like that he was there at the end. Overall, this was a decent show. Not bad. It was enjoyable. It was an enjoyable show overall. But you guys let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. But yeah, that's it.